Guys, it's your girl Christina Molina. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, you already know what to do. Go ahead and press that subscribe button and we can be friends. But cheers to the weekend also. And as you can see, the video is about how much I make bartending. And this is not currently, this is my overall experience. I've been bartending for 4 years, so it has its ups and downs. And obviously, at the age of 22, my prices are a little higher. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all probably don't know this about me, but you'll find out. I'm a low-key alcoholic. It's like 5 in the morning right now. I just got off work. It was a long weekend, like I said, so I deserve it. So don't judge me. Anyways, let's get into it. So, first thing you should know, it depends on where you bartend on how much money you're gonna make. I bartend at lounges, clubs, restaurants, bars, entertainment centers, as well as event halls, like where they throw concerts, things like that. I've done it all. Start off at an entertainment center. Basically, the entertainment center that I was at is kind of like an Andretti's, if you ever heard of that, but a bigger Andretti's with more things. And it had a restaurant, it had a bar. I started when I was 18. I started there as a server and I started asking so many questions and basically got into the bar. That's a whole nother story time for another time, and I'll let you know how I became a bartender, how you can become a bartender, and how I can help you become a bartender. But that's another time, like I said. So when I started working behind the bar at 18, I was just excited to be seeing the money that I was seeing. For weekends, I was making about $400 a night. Remember I said 18, so I'm lit. I'm working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm making about a band on the weekends, and during the weekdays, I was probably making roughly around 150 to 200. And I was satisfied with that as well. Like, I was making bank in my head, especially compared to my friends that was making minimum wage. Like, I was lit. My goal during the weekdays when I was at my first job was at least $15 an hour. So if I work 5 hours, I need at least $75 after tip out in my pocket going home, and I'm happy, no complaints. I worked there till I was almost 20. It's like 19. When I left, it was because it closed down. So I kind of got used to making that type of money and that fast pace. That job, actually, I made the most ever in my bartending life, excluding this year. I beat my score, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you know what that is at the end. But yeah, my highest amount ever made in one night was at my first job when I was 18. I made $1,200 in 3 hours. It was a K-Camp concert semi thing, and I had basically over $12,000 in sales. And like I said, 3 hours. 3 hours. And I used to tell people that at interviews when I went to other clubs, and they didn't believe me, and I kind of didn't get the job because they kind of hated it. No shade. And if y'all see this, I'm talking about you. Yep, you. Yeah, your girl did it. Anywho, when I left there, where did I go? Oh yeah, so when I left there, I was about to turn 20. I still wasn't legal yet. And I got the most humbling experience during this almost 20 to 21 years of age, because I wasn't old enough to go in the clubs to make the same amount of money, so I had to go to lounges and restaurants. I went to this place on the east side, on Memorial to be exact. If you're from here, you know what club I'm talking about. It was basically half an event hall or concert hall, and the other half was a club and had a pool in it. It was a dope idea, but the spot was just not it. Like, my highest amount I would make a night would be like
a little longer than a few minutes later.
And you know, you got drink by you too. You know, salute. Anyway, my highest amount I would make is about like 200, and that was a good night. Like a normal night, I probably made like 100 to 150. However, the hours were shorter than my last job. I only worked probably 4 or 5 hours. It was a lot easier. It wasn't serious. It was all fun and games. But at the end of the day, I'd rather work harder and make more money versus not working at all and getting free money. Like, I'd rather just make more money. Get all that. So I had that job. That didn't last long because they were like off on with their business. Like some days they weren't open, they decided they were. Just too much. I just needed consistent money. So I went to another lounge. Again, was humbled. There was very easy as well. It was very slow. I barely did anything. I stayed on my phone and on Instagram the whole time, and I talked to some guests like when they would come, but like I said, slow, like maybe 3-4 people would come to my bar at night. I averaged made about $80 to $150 a night. It was just supposed to be a side hustle, but it still wasn't bringing in the bank, and I was working both jobs because I was trying to get it where I fit in. I was doing other stuff too, don't get me wrong, but my time I'm bartending. After that, I went to a restaurant. I personally will never do a restaurant again. The money was more than the 2 lounges, or not the 2 club / event and the lounge. It was more than that, probably combined, but I just didn't like the atmosphere. Like, I had on an ugly uniform. I'm used to wearing club wear. I'm used to listening to music. Like, I'm used to being able to say what I want to say. And at the restaurant, there was a pool share. So a pool share is basically when all the bartenders that work that shift share all the tips. All the tips. All the tips. Cannot stress that enough. So it doesn't matter if you gave this customer a bad service and he tipped you $5 and I gave him excellent service over here and he tips me $50. You know what happens? 55 goes into the pot and now we both gotta split it. Like, no, don't work like that. And if you know me, I am a people's person and I give excellent service. So I just didn't feel like, one, it was fair. And I loved the bartenders I was working with, but it was so many of us, it's like I can't watch to see who's really getting the money, who's really not. I had customers trying to slide $100 in my pocket so I wouldn't share. Like, it was just too much. And 2, I'm not going to say I don't like to clean, but it was just so dirty at the end of the night. And we had to clean it all. I just wasn't used to it. Like, they would literally throw the trash on the floor like during the shift because they knew they had to clean up at the end of the night, which is fine, it's smart, but I personally just could not walk in that. I couldn't walk in water, trash, just I'm sick just thinking about it. Like, ugh, just nasty for no reason. But there I made around $200, $250 a night. It was very consistent, like I said. The amounts never changed, but that's because it was a share. But reverse all the way back to my first job. My first job was a pool share too. However, we had a system with the people I worked with. They knew that I was a people's person and that I was good at conversating and, you know, having people have fun, getting people stress-free, all that. So while I'm talking and making sure everybody's fine, they used to like make the drinks or like clean up in the back for me. So when I come out or like when I need something, it's right there. So they're getting good service, good personality, as well as fast service. So it worked perfectly. And I had no problem with sharing my tips because it was a teamwork thing. And then I became assistant manager when the other females came, so I had more authority and I shut that down. Okay, yeah. But going forward back to where I was at. So this is when I was at 20. I was at the restaurant. As soon as I turned 21, your girl was gone. Okay, I was gone. I literally waited till I turned 21 and left, and you know, told them sorry, I might be going out of town, you know, I might be doing this, I'm going on tour. I didn't lie, I did go on tour, but it was only for 2 weeks. So then I ended up with one of the biggest clubs in Atlanta. Well, two of the biggest clubs in Atlanta at the same time. I was booked during Super Bowl too, so it was a big weekend. My first weekend there was big, and I did such a good job that they kept me at both clubs afterwards. So I was working at those 2 clubs. Actually, you can see one of the videos when I say come to the club to me. That was one of the clubs. Gold Room hired me, and I worked there I worked there for a year. My whole 21st year I worked, and it was great. I would say my highest amount there was about $900 in a night. Again, the work was less and the hours were less. So we would go in at 9:30 and leave at 2:30, but I wouldn't even start working until about 11. So from 9:30 to 11, I'm chilling, eating food with my friends, on the phone, taking pictures for Instagram. 11 to 2:30, I'm working. And there, like the tip out, I used to tip out like $200, but that's only because I wouldn't set up, I wouldn't bring no bottles, I wouldn't bring out a hookah, and I wouldn't clean up. I literally go, bartend, count my money, and leave. So yeah, tip out used to be a little high sometimes. Nothing less than $80 ever. But like I said, I would walk out with $500, $700, $900. Like a low night there was $400, basically, for just a few hours. Only thing about there, it was only like 2 days out the week, so it worked, because making like $600 2 times a week was cool, but it left so much room. I wanted to work more, and I ended up leaving the actual second place when I was working Gold Room. I left the second place. I didn't really like it as much. The money was good, but the crowd, it just wasn't. I liked Gold Room crowd more. Yeah. So I did that for a year, and I ended up leaving. No beef, but the owner ended up leaving, and a new owner came. And you'll learn in the industry, the nightlife industry, it's not like a family thing, but you do have to choose your loyalty. You do sometimes have to pick a side, and I picked the owner that I had. I loved working for him, and when he left and said he's going to open up a new club, I left, and I waited till the new club opened, and that's where I'm at now. See, I love you guys. I do. I really do. So yeah, said deuces to that club, and I'm currently at the club I'm at now. So if you ever come to Atlanta, come visit your girl at Vision Lounge. Okay, Vision Lounge on Piedmont. Yes. So I work there now. This is probably the highest paid bartending that I've had, other than Gold Room, because they kind of average out. Only because at Gold Room, I make around the same, except Gold Room has shorter hours. So the hourly is about the same as what I'm doing now. Like I said, Gold Room, I worked 3 hours, 4 hours at the most. If I worked a day party, maybe 7. The job I currently work, I can work from 5 hours to 12 hours depending on the day, but it's no complaint. I like where I'm at. I love the environment, I love the people, and the money is good. But like I said before, that 1200 was my highest score, I feel like I'm in a video game. 1200 was my highest score. Who could beat it? But that was when I was 18. So this current year, I beat my record. I made $1,500 in a night, only because the club had just opened up from quarantine, and I was selling bottles like it was, I was gonna say crack. I don't even know how to sell crack. I was selling bottles like it was free, like to the point where I had to tell people, we don't have no more, like we don't got no more bottles, I'm sorry. I was selling bottles to go, like they don't even want no sparklers. You just want the box, honey? Okay, $300. That's cool, we good. Alright, bye. On to the next one. Like I was like going ham, because people just wanted to be out so bad, and just to be in the scene so bad, and people was coming from out of town. Like when I say we ran out of bottles, and our club stayed stacked. Like we ain't no raggedy club. Like this is a nice club. We was running out. We ran out of bottles. Like I was trying to get people to buy anything at this point. Like, you like Tito's? Here, I know you want to do say, but we got Tito's. So yeah, that was my highest amount. That's not a normal night. That's not what I'm saying that an average bartender makes, but that's what I did. And I'm not gonna tell y'all what I like currently make there a night, only because I'm still there. So just know your girl's good, your girl's paid, and if I go somewhere new, which I won't, then I'll let y'all know. But yeah, that is my bartending, how much I make as a bartender. Like I said, I've been in the game for 4 years now. I'm 22, started when I was 18. I hope that it just continues to go higher. I will say this, like I said before, when I was 18, my goal, or not my goal, but I was content with making $15 an hour because, like I said, my friends was making minimum wage. So I was cool. And that wasn't normal for me to make 15. Like, I usually made about $30 an hour. 15, I wouldn't complain. Now, if I work anywhere, I have to make at least $40 an hour. 50 is cool. 50 is the goal. Like, if I make $50 an hour, we cool. If I make it under, maybe one night was bad, I bounce back up. But underneath 40, no. I'm not working for less than 40 an hour. I just know, I'm not saying my worth, but I know how to get paid. So a place ain't giving me the opportunity to make more than $30, $40 an hour, it's not the place for me. Because I can have 5 people and make $500. Okay? Okay. But again, I'm gonna keep saying cheers to the weekend. That's how y'all know how to a good weekend. And I will leave on that note. If you guys have any other questions about bartending, you already know what to do. Comment below. Like this video. Share with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, again, subscribe to your girl. And I will be making a lot more videos. I know I paused a little bit. But, you know, life was a little hectic for everybody. But I promise you guys, I will be producing a lot more if you guys just subscribe. Peace.